Fatarial, and we have another letter, but this one is not addressed to me. It is from the popular group on Reddit called Am I the Asshole? I love this series. I love this group. I love what they post in there. It is simply real people with real situations looking for some real feedback, and I have one that just caught my eye. So let's get into it, guys. Let me get into this Am I the Asshole post that I think is worthy of chopping it up. Okay, got my glasses on. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Am I the asshole for being upset and feeling disrespected, okay, after my mother-in-law wanted pictures of just my husband, his mistress, and their oops baby? See, we already off to a bad start. Okay, so here's the letter, guys. Right after my husband and I got married, he was served with paternity papers for a child he did not know about. A month before our engagement, a year before, he had cheated on me with some random girl that was his friend. She got pregnant and never told him. I think because she knows about me. Yes, I know I should have left, but I have been trying to make it work. I am now pregnant with his baby. For the baby's first birthday, my in-laws had her birthday party. The baby and the baby's mother lives in another state. At the birthday party, my mother-in-law kept saying she wanted pictures of just my husband, the mistress, and the baby, and we had just brushed her off. Then she wanted a picture in front of a backdrop she created. My husband stood up to take the picture and told me to come up too. My mother-in-law got upset, saying she just wanted pictures of the three of them. I didn't say anything, but my husband responded that she was doing too much. He knew I was already uncomfortable. I sat down and pictures were taken. This has already dampened the mood. Eventually, my mother-in-law ended up crying and running out of the room. She comes back saying she feels disrespected. In response, I cut her off and told her coldly that I don't want the drama. I go outside to calm down. They all think that I'm going to leave, but I come back in. I let this go, and even afterwards still tried to be amicable, such as inviting them over for family meals. Eventually, other issues with my mother-in-law surfaced. I am trying to keep this short, so I won't go into detail now. Her and I ended up going to dinner to clear the air. We start talking about the other issues. She starts saying she is never disrespectful. I cut her off by telling her that what she did at the baby's party was extremely disrespectful and hurtful. She says the convo is done and she was not talking about it anymore. So I left after paying the tab. Afterwards, I sent her a text about boundaries, which included not disrespecting me around his mistress again. I had told her that due to my pregnancy, my mental health right now is what matters. I am a high-risk pregnancy, and I already had a couple of miscarriage scares. She never responded. Eventually, my father-in-law gets involved, saying that it wasn't her intent to be disrespectful, as an apology. He says the pictures was for the baby, so it wasn't disrespectful. However, they now feel disrespected, feel like I only care about my feelings and I am being one-sided. Was I disrespectful? Am I the asshole for being upset and feeling disrespected after my mother-in-law wanted pictures of just my husband, his mistress, and their oops baby? Didn't I tell you this group is popping, okay? And it's over there on Reddit. Am I the Asshole is the name of the group, and this is where I got this particular post and or letter from. So first of all, if anybody is going through this, and this is what I would love to say to this good sister. First of all, no, you are not being disrespectful by establishing boundaries. your mother-in-law is hella disrespectful. And just let me be the first to tell you, in case you didn't get the memo, she don't like you. She don't like you at all, and she is using your husband's oops baby as a way to stick it to you. Because there is no way you can tell me that a woman, your mother-in-law, okay, that a woman who is married just like you thinks that it is okay, to demand pictures of the child's father, the child's mother, and the child, and exclude you. She only wants the three of them to be in a picture. Like, you can't be in the picture, or why couldn't it have been just the baby and the baby's mother? You know, or it could have been done more tastefully without being disrespectful. The way she did it is hella disrespectful, and I would feel the same way that you are feeling right now. You know, as I was reading the letter and I came across the post and, you know, going through the series of events that took place at your husband's oops baby's birthday party, and with you sharing information about you are a high-risk pregnancy, how you have had 2 miscarriage scares, during this pregnancy, I failed to see where you mentioned that your husband stood up and spoke to his mother about the situation in a manner that would have shut down her foolishness. Because at this point, it was his place to check his mother, It was his place to put his foot down and say, no, I'm not taking these pictures. It's okay to have the baby and the mother, it's the baby's birthday party. But excluding you from the pictures and saying that the pictures are for the baby in the manner in which it was done says that she's using that, or was using that, as an opportunity to make you feel some type of way. And if the pictures were for the baby, right? The baby, his first child, that obviously, if nobody told you, he had while you guys were still together. You were dating or something, because of the way that you described how he received the paternity paperwork, so I get it, the oops baby, but she seems, she as in your mother-in-law, seems to have no regard for the baby that you are carrying for her son. The grandchild that you are carrying, she doesn't mind stressing you out and disrespecting you in front of, number one, a group of people, an event, his mistress, and everybody else, and possibly causing you and the baby harm, the baby in which you are carrying now. I would advise you, or if I was to be able to have a face-to-face, anyone going through a situation like this, remove yourself from situations like this and people like this. This woman has went out of her way to let her daughter-in-law know, I don't rock with you like that, nor the baby that you are carrying. But I would feel some type of way as well. Like, you want my husband to stand up there and take a picture with his oops baby and his mistress, and you want to exclude me. And furthermore, if he would have got up after he knew that his mother did not want me to be a part of the picture, after he knew that I felt some type of way, if he would have took his behind up there and took that picture, it would have been a problem. I'm sorry. It would have been a problem, because that is disrespectful in and of itself. I'm sorry, but it was your husband's place to stand up to his mother. Your husband could have done more in those moments at that birthday party than he did. He could have done more to put a stop to the foolishness. He could have done more to stand up for you in that moment. You're carrying his child right now, but he allowed you to deal with the situation. He allowed you to address the situation. And when you text that mother-in-law after you made a good faith attempt to smooth things over with her after having dinner with her, when you text her and attempted to establish boundaries with this woman and recap the series of events, and this woman left you on red and did not respond, and then the response that you got was from her husband backing up her foolishness, I would have wrote her off. You see, gone are the days when people are forced to deal with toxic hateful family members, whether they are blood related or you married into the family. You don't have to put up with that. And if she values that oops baby so much, let her love on that oops baby. You and your baby go and do your own thing with your husband. But your husband ain't right. He didn't handle that right, because if he would have sat his mother down and told her this is not that, then I think she would have behaved differently. And my question is that if your husband knew how you felt about it being excluded from the picture that was being taken, why did he move forward with taking the picture? As if they're presenting, because these pictures are going to be seen, right? Presenting to the world that these three are a family unit versus what's really going on. Because the mother, the father, the baby, I don't know. A lot of people will stand divided with me on this, and a lot of people will be like, what's the harm in taking a picture? Are you forgetting that this is the mistress? I got a problem with it. And I got a problem with anybody that has a problem with me having a problem with it, because this woman that wrote in, am I the asshole, has a problem with it. And put yourself in that woman's shoes. And it's just a picture. Yeah, it's just a picture. But that picture, what do they say? A picture is worth 1,000 words. If his wife cannot be a part of that picture, then why is he standing up there presenting to the world as if these three are a family unit? They may be family by way of the baby, but why does his current wife have to be excluded from the picture? And I would have a problem with my husband standing up there knowing that I got a problem with it. When you tell me I can't be a part of something that my husband is a part of, I got a problem. And I'm definitely going to have a problem if he moves forward as if I don't exist and my feelings don't matter. Ma'am, you are not the asshole. Your in-laws are. And your husband is an asshole too for not standing up for you and allowing you to be heard in those moments. He is. So if you're just now tuning in as I make my way out and wrap this episode up, I got a post. I grabbed it from this popular group on Reddit called Am I the Asshole? And in this particular post, we got a good sister that wrote in about a dilemma that she's having regarding an event that took place. And the question was, am I the asshole for being upset and feeling disrespected after my mother-in-law wanted pictures of just my husband, the mistress, and their oops baby? And to make my answer short and sweet, no, you are not the asshole. Your husband and your in-laws are. Because the moment that you communicated that you were uncomfortable with the decision for him to take those pictures after, okay, you was excluded from the pictures, they became the asshole. Your husband is definitely an asshole for not standing up for you in that moment. He should have stood up to his mother, okay, especially knowing how you felt about it. Your attempts to be included in the photograph, okay? Your mother-in-law's way of handling the situation. And most importantly, you're carrying his child and you are a high-risk pregnancy with 2 miscarriage scares so far. This family is doing nothing to make your pregnancy a smooth and uneventful one, all right? This woman is attempting to stress you out. And again, if you didn't hear me the first couple of times that I said it, that woman, your mother-in-law, does not care for you. And since this child is so young that your husband had with that woman, and by the way, it looks like the relationship with the oops baby's mama and you overlap, just in case you missed that. He was dealing with her while he was dealing with you. He may not have been dipping out during your marriage, but at some point the 2 relationships overlap. He's a cheater. But look forward. In the future, what you have to look forward to is anything that they throw for this baby that he had with that mistress, it's going to look just like this, because your man didn't stand up for you when it counted the most. And your mother-in-law and your father-in-law have no respect for you. Now is the time for you to set some boundaries for yourself and figure out how much you want to be a part of the festivities regarding that child. Right? Since you know how everyone feels, and since you know that your husband is not going to rise to the occasion in your defense and in your honor and stand up to people who are disrespecting you at events, right? At family functions and gatherings. You already know. I would say develop a strategy now as to how you're going to move forward in this marriage to this man whose mother and his father have no respect for you, and they do not respect your boundaries, because you know that they will be hosting parties and events and inviting the baby and his mistress to family functions and gatherings. You have time now to figure out a strategy as to how you're going to handle it, if you're going to go, if you know, how you're going to deal with family photos where they don't want you to be a part of the picture. It's just a host of things that you have to wrap your mind around how you're going to deal with moving forward, because they have set the tone, right? And there's no need for you to continue to stress yourself out behind people who clearly have no respect for you, your marriage, your pregnancy, your feelings whatsoever. There's no need to continue to stress yourself out. This woman, these people, your husband, they have shown their true colors. And one of the most popular sayings from Maya Angelou is, when people show you who they are, believe them. Okay? They've shown you who they are and how they feel about you. Now it's time for you to figure out how you are going to coexist in this marriage and this family, knowing how disrespectful these people are. And trust me, I know firsthand what it is to be married into a disrespectful family who loves drama like this and looks for an opportunity to stick it to you. I know all too well. Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm out of that mess. Oh, thank you, Jesus. What a blessing in disguise. But listen, don't stress yourself out. The important thing is to make it through this pregnancy and to have a healthy baby, right? And enjoy your baby. Enjoy your baby. Try to get on the same page with your man. Try to enjoy your marriage. I don't know what else to say. This is the family you've married into. You've accepted this man and his oops baby with that mistress. You already know this mistress is going to be a part of family functions and, you know, how they're going to treat her versus you. Don't get caught up in your feelings. Don't get caught up in the drama. Let them be miserable and disrespectful away from you. This has been Talk That Talk with Angela Patadayal of DivaSpeaks Relationships. Don't forget to tune in to my televised show every second and fourth Friday of the month on Spectrum Cable, AT&T Uverse, my Roku channel, my Amazon channel, and coming to you soon, my Apple TV channel. And until the next time, the Diva has spoken.